Hello, everyone, and welcome to Grow My Etsy Shop podcast. I hope you just enjoyed the sounds of plants growing. That is just what you were listening to, plants growing. So real quick, if you're jumping in the middle of this or haven't been introduced, my name's Jared. I am a growth marketer. I work with online brands that are looking to grow and would essentially come in and help them figure out what's holding them back or what they need to do to be able to grow. And on the side, I do that for Etsy shop owners. And so I have an Instagram and Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff. Now, keep in mind, if I don't know, because that's what we're going to talk about this episode, but I pre-make everything. I don't make it the day before and launch it because that would be terrible on my life. So I tend to make things in bulk and then we repurpose them and get them out. And I say it's totally just me. But as of this recording, I am very new. I've launched my stuff and I'm just kind of going, and I'm just going to share with you some of the practices of being consistent within your marketing and why consistency is actually a secret to growth in marketing. So things like, and you'll see this in Pinterest and Facebook and Instagram, is that if you're inconsistent with your marketing, meaning that you post every once in a while or Mother's Day rolls around and you make a Mother's Day post or, it's Thursday, I'll kind of throw this stuff off, that Instagram and Facebook and Pinterest don't like that. The reason they don't like it is that they don't believe that you're a content creator. They want to be able to promote content to people. If, like, let's say someone follows you and you're posting kind of random times or not very often or whatever it may be, they deem you as someone who doesn't create content. You're just there. Where someone who's posting an every day or an every other day type schedule is a content creator. And so they know that this person's going to be getting value from this person. And if this person is engaging with this content, then they're going to keep promoting that content to that person. So that's how you grow within these social media platforms, is by being consistent. It's a huge secret to it. So schedulers are really kind of a big deal these days. Like Later, I use one called Social Champ that just allows you to post things in the future. But let's talk about how you stay consistent, because if we go into this thinking to ourselves, I am going to go to the gym. In fact, let me share this story with you. I move around all the time. I'm currently in Ecuador, but before I was in Ecuador, I moved into a spot that I didn't want to sign up for a gym in that spot. So I just told myself I'm going to work out at home. And, the first week or so I was in it and I was working out and I was getting good workouts and watching my videos and all that kind of stuff. And then it faded and I stopped doing it and I became inconsistent. And I would, all right, Wednesday I got some time, I'll do it type thing. But was I being consistent? Was I getting stronger? Was I noticing a difference? No, it was just a burden. And so I had this burden that was kind of on me, this thing that kind of made me feel guilty, this thing I knew I should have been doing, but I was never doing it. And I wasn't seeing any results from it. So I kind of sat down and kind of had a check with myself. And I said, what if I, instead of just saying I'm going to work out 1 hour every day, I'm going to rotate between muscles, and I just said, I am going to do 70 push-ups every day and 20 pull-ups. That's what it was. And if I do 10 in the morning and 30 in the afternoon and what is left, another 30 at night, great. All I care about is that I'm doing 70 push-ups every day and 20 pull-ups. So I made a goal for myself that's what I was going to do. And I started seeing results because it was something easy for me. When it was kind of nagging on me, I wasn't this big project I had to take on it. Instead, it was just this small thing. I could stop what I'm doing right now and I can hammer it out. And I used to do 20 push-ups, take a break, do another 15, take a break, do 12, take a break, and work my way to my 70. But then as the weeks started to go by, I could hammer out 70 push-ups. I could get down and just go, and get up to 70. And my pull-ups became easier, my push-ups became easier, and pretty soon what used to take me 20 minutes took me 15, took me 10, took me then just a couple minutes. So then I started to be able to say, all right, well, I think I could do more. Like I feel strong. And I was noticing a difference, like just in my physical appearance and all that kind of stuff, because I stayed consistent to what I was doing. So your marketing efforts work the exact same way. I watch this. It is so common that we look at our, Facebook and our Instagram and our Twitter and our Pinterest and whatever. And we just open up everything. We just have all our handles on everything and we post inconsistently on it. And it's a burden and it's annoying and we know we should be doing it and we know it can it's good for our store. But at the end of the day, we put it on a scale and we go, is it worth it? Am I going to see a direct correlation to my sales today, whether or not I post on my Instagram? Done. No, I see it all the time. So this is the advice that I give, and it's the advice that I'm currently doing right now in my life. Pick a platform, just one, and become a master at it. Because we talked about this. You need to be a content creator. You need to be deemed as a content creator. But then also when people come to your Instagram, let's say, they don't want to see 11 posts over the year. They would way rather see tons of stuff that's going to answer and solve their problems and pain. So the only way you can do that is by posting in your Instagram. And the only way you can build that quickly is if you actually locked in and dedicated yourself to post once every other day. Then in a month you're going to have 15 posts. In 2 months you're going to have 30 posts. In 3 months you're going to have 45 posts. So on and so on and so. In a year, you're going to have a lot of posts on that Instagram. And it's going to be a place that if someone comes to, they're going to get a lot of content. That's staying consistent. Instead of, I'm going to post every day, morning and night. Yeah, that'll last 2 weeks. And then it just becomes, you put it on the scale and you just go, is this worth it? Is this worth the effort that I'm putting into? So for me, in my own life, I've shared this before, Grow My Etsy Shop is a side hustle for me. It is not my main job. My main job is a growth marketer, which is why I take a lot of what I do every day and I apply it into Etsy. And I was an Etsy shop owner and sold my business, blah, 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 blah. So I'm launching this thing. I have a podcast and my thing of my podcast is once a week. I'm going to release a podcast. Now, do I record one every week? No. I record batches and I schedule them out so that they go out once a week. But I'll tell you this, when I launched my first podcast, I launched 5 episodes when I first launched it, right off the bat. 0 people listening to it. And then I think this one I don't know exact this one, but this week I should say, I'm launching my 10th episode. So that's how new I am as I'm making this. But I'm up to like 250 downloads. Now, the question would be, if I never launched a podcast, what would I have? 0. Has any of those 250 people reached out to me and said, Jared, I'm listening to your podcast and I want to work with you. I want you to help me grow my Etsy shop. Nope, not one. Not one. Yet here I am recording one. Why? Because I know in a year, my little 250 is going to be a bigger number because I'm a consistent poster in this. And so people who are finding me are going to know that every Friday they're going to get a podcast. Pinterest is going to work the same way. Pinterest wants to know that you're a content creator. So what you can do is you can go, well, what's the standard? 15 posts a day? All right, here I go. 15 posts a day. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be, dude, you're going to last 2 weeks. And then what? Your 15 posts don't do you any good. But what if you just committed to yourself that, look, I'm going to get a scheduler. I'm going to use Tailwind or whatever. And I'm going to post 3 pins a day. And you may be thinking, well, I know, but they say we should be doing 5 at minimum. That's okay. Consistency is more important than the number. And if the difference between 3 and 5 means that you won't do it, or that you'll fall short, or that you'll give up, please do 3. Just do 3 a day. And what will happen is you'll do 3, and then you'll have 6, and then you'll have 9, and then you'll have 12. And then I always say this, imagine what it's going to look like in a year. That's what you're building towards. Now, there's obviously in marketing, you can pay and fly things forward, really launch yourself forward. I'm purposely at this stage not paying a cent for anything that I'm doing because I just want to see what sticks so that I could be a better coach, so that I could be better at what I see as actually working from an organic standpoint. I am, for my actual job, we pay a lot of money, I should say, a month in marketing efforts because we create marketing plans and we send traffic to them. But organic, this is a different beast. And so just as I'm coaching you here, I'm doing it literally myself. I am locked in on Instagram. I am posting 6 days a week on Instagram and I'm creating posts and whatever it may be. And I've dedicated myself to 3 months. And I think I have 11 followers or something like that. I haven't done the thing where I have all my, my mom and my aunt follow me because I believe in that doesn't do me any good. I want targeted people, but I think I have 11 followers and I've been posting consistently for a couple weeks now. Now, what's going to happen is I've told myself in 3 months, I'm going to post 6 days a week and then I'm going to reevaluate. So in 3 months, I might say, I'm going to move this down to 4 days a week because I'm going to start making room for Pinterest. I haven't even touched Pinterest yet. But as I've been building my Instagram posts, I've been forming them into pins as well. Now I'm not pinning because I know consistency is a secret sauce. And I know I wouldn't be consistent right now because I'm building my Instagram. Part of building my Instagram means that when I send someone to my Instagram, I need it to have content in it. So at the end of 3 months, what am I going to have? An Instagram full of content. And then I can start to shift my mindset to, all right, now I need to start building followers around this. Now, of course, that's on my mind now, and I'm doing the thing, I'm liking and commenting on things and whatnot. But in 3 months, my Instagram is going to have a lot of content in it and something I'll be proud of and something I'll feel great sending people to. And so that's what I'm working towards. And that's the mindset that can make marketing worth it. Instead of saying, well, am I going to see a sale today from this or am I going to see this? The idea is, what is my Pinterest going to look like in 6 months? What is my blog going to look like in 6 months? What is my Instagram going to look like in 6 months if I stay consistent? So here's your takeaway points. Do not start 800 social media accounts and start posting in all of them all at once. You're just going to get swamped and lost. Don't try to keep up with I'm going to post every day, 2 times a day in my Instagram, and I'm going to go live, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Make a small goal for yourself. I'm going to go live every other Friday. I'm going to post a reel every Wednesday. I'm going to do, and then 3 other posts. That's what I'm going to do. If that's where you are, great, because it's better to have that on your Instagram than nothing. And that's how you do it, because you're an Etsy shop owner. You're busy. But consistency is going to make those social media platforms notice you. So stay consistent, keep posting what you're doing, make realistic goals for yourself, and master one platform at a time. Because just like with me, when I was doing my push-ups, 70 push-ups was taking me, 30 minutes when I started, went down to a couple minutes because you get good at it. The same thing's going to happen here. As I'm creating my Instagram content, it gets easier. And as it gets easier, it takes less time. And that means that as it starts to run itself, as I start to kind of just figure out the way to do it, I'll make naturally more room for myself to start taking on other beasts. So if you're listening to this and you appreciate it, go to Grow My Etsy Shop on Instagram and check out what I'm doing there. I think it's cool. I think I'm doing a good job. And then of course I would say, hey, go find me on Pinterest, but I'm not there because I'm not there yet, but I will be. And when I do, I've been building content this whole year. And so I just have stuff stored on my computer so that when I'm ready to be consistent, it'll be there. I can schedule it out and then I'll get myself into a pattern that it can start to grow. So that's the way you want to market. That's the way you want to do it. You want to stay consistent with what you're doing. Go to my Instagram. Go check it out. I appreciate it. All right. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.